Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.
Pacho you.
Aha, emu. And Pacho, any Pacho Fias, who say constitution Yamrapong?
Yamrapong.
Yo.
Na ushe constitution nim na sa ushe mbra ya titi wukuru manoma. Mofra asem ye adibia ayana eyadia entare omanko manpa.
Yo.
Nti na enye awofo supreme interest ene cover mofra. Na me do be constitution ma chiro bibi. Ebe bibi ti say freedom to practice religion a. Ushe forma yen it is settled practice say awofo ntumi mfa won som and share mufra kon. But what you could be so? Who can say maybe na abofrebi was a blood transfusion?
Yeah.
Na uri yeni. Na ne papa na ne maame no musi. Yen di yenje moja. Abofra no so yen na kwa sorry. Inti onje moja mobekai.
Yeah.
Inti abofra ni ngu. No abansi debi. Abofra ni yen dia. The government intervened. When it comes to the practice of religious rights, infants and other people, and even fundamental human rights, a part of it is given up to the state to protect an infant. Obedient to me in case, why you equal practice or Achimoto school, not le babarema and not le babiari be school hono, or no be case there be, make me bandi be chemi iti some pese. You cannot force your religious beliefs on that infant in a school where there are certain public standards.
Now, Mebo, na infant now reckon AUBia where the almost 18. Young fan say be 16 po and 17. Na infant in Nimubio.
My main child,
yeah.
Or your child. What the main can say, or your child.
Okay.
Or your child. Now, Mofra, so who say Chroma will be a very children's act. In fact, abofra cry yade, that's only more than 21 grammars what no quarter. I would want to juvenile courts because the state is interested in the welfare of a child and the rehabilitation thereof. It is a human rights of mofra. It is important to note to say the parents do not have that supreme interest, especially when the children are enrolled in public institutions. What's the discrimination? Kwame discrimination thing. Say at motor school in first stream school, there was a buffet being in it, say. No back, back, no see me the baby to say. Me to me, now I can't choose it. A buffra no person meeting me by person, or no kind of person discriminating against Nimianum. It's a constitution, and then Brana and Krofokani Pikuma, and a diversity in schools, they said, we must understand that it is settled practice. Say, about children, any infants somewhere. The state has a welfare interest in those children, and the state can make regulations to regulate how those children conduct themselves. And yet, offensive, say Mufrabebe school, it does not undermine the integrity of anybody's faith. In any case, Abofra won't be 18 years long, and not Abofra Oracle Secondary School. In Brahma, say what could be at Motor School. Na oyare na ne papa say me bani nje moja na we watch motor then the besi wukuru manam. If we are agreed say eba sanye manosua oman anasa bank to meet the necessity kachira wufu su tinanken na oman anasa government en asasem na eba sanya we wuti ku school share government or the public school has the right to regulate it. So the conversation, while it is a countrywide narrative, must be dealt with in a proper perspective. We should escalate it. And young penyon fear some yeka, or penny detectives or being Rasta. Said in Crawford, 80% crab lawyers. When you are adults, what am I saying? Crawford, your person parliament who group is for your adults. But we have to look at the conversation this way. What is the interest and the rights, responsibilities of the state, upbringing and welfare of children? And I'm saying to you that a child, if the government has the right to regulate how children are educated.
Now, Ghana Education Service can't know what they or shed to Achimota school so say one train sang now ma bo friend middle school no. Achimota school catcher won't say enya de be da. Ebika say GS preparing 100 ne ade na niawri ken na GS nim say Omang no wo to me the state has a right over the parents of a child. No ni mana.
Minjin di say eho na yebeko. Medenya mitnya ka fa ho ne say imran ya GS eba wuntima wo ka sa no eye won asem. Na minjin di say mitnya ko GS futim. Sabi a song near Granton, GS for Kobai, what it's saying. We need to hear who say the schools have the right to regulate the conduct of its students. It's your own yijina. That statement no share by crappy person you win. At not for crappy person what say. Mean say GS for draw letter comma at motor school say monye say minjendi.
Kwame, inti wonga warika say a yenesom a wadi atete no finimo frem. Ne jane ne nane na abusua soma awosum saa na wosom nen som no kire se se na wose uja ni trinwin na so ka se wuri nje no school ho even though se yeji atum so ni made wa qualify wa Ghana Education Service computer placement the place no ho na se wa nje no school ho with senior tena what see ani fa ho di so no emrem ene your views so today
ma men kan samon chiro
mitie.
If we accept the fact that the state can intervene in the religious practices of young people, especially children, especially with respect to blood transfusion, then I would suggest a thing. That child has the right to education. It is up to the government and the GES to direct the parents to enroll the child in Achimoto school in accordance with the standards of the school. Senior government, a directed doctor, ma wuma abufra muja abufra nim say to me wo homa aban to me kire say mumma abufra nim ko school because sabi egu bia dia ben be ya we free secondary school education if ya we say wo pese amofra ko school me boya constitution ni what the basic education she mu if the parents refusal to enroll the child in accordance with standards no is unconstitutional. They are doing harm to the child. They are taking decisions on behalf of the child. They have no such place to do so. If anybody agrees with me that the state can intervene in
lawyer wa homa na tribute
Mrs. Obia na me ya adwene se eba pacho temenka
emba jometonka
da wase se Obia na me ya adwene se eba moja ma blood transfusion medical care health and ade which are associated with religion se aban in fact yere wo ye mask ni ade
yo
no bi begina ho no ka kire yin se me de me som enti se me kata me hwene aka wo se aban be ma na fa no hwe there be because their standards the only people who are exempted are severe medical grounds. In the SCC, me kwach motor school no na me classmate ba ko no boniti because na o problem o trenitia obey yare pa it's not medical reason that none of these conditions exist at the moment. Inti asem yetiatia government should direct the parents to enroll the child in school. Send me a one man bank school I would make sure one nancy would be sancrofi. Wouldn't to me case wo ban wo no so nti wo ban when your opportunity so be go school can say a great school like Achimoto school at so young wo ban so anyi ni ti send ya wo why you tina na bo any be 8 years e chiri and I one no case ade me papa yi ni pa na if you observe no be Achimoto because a child at that age is not well informed to take decisions for his own on his own. Indeed, all these assertions are the prejudiced positions of parents. The children have not decided. When it comes to children, the state has a paramount interest to take the first role to decide for them. So on religious practices, I beg to differ. The rule is not all embraced. The exceptions carved out. The state is the conduct of children.
Inti, you need dreadlocks na anti-amre biara anane rights.
There be an American one. Abofra bi betumi aka kyerɛ ne papa ne maame wɔkɔ asɔre na wɔsi wo yare a wonyi mujan abofra ne maame nyinaa na ɛkɔ mebua sa abofra na ɔbɛbɔ saa asɔre ne din ɛhɔ na me kontimi nje mo ɛhɔ na me kontimi nje moja na ɔyare da hospital na so ruya. Can we turn a blind eye to that development? The answer is in the negative. The state intervenes. The state intervenes because children do not have the right to take such decisions. My position is that young man does not have the right to take a decision with respect to his hair, which corresponds to equal standards. One set schools Debbie. especially in public schools.
Two final questions, Lawyer Kwame Akuffo. Ni kan obi say mimisa which raw hana obi so reinforce. Say abrofo ana Indianfo ana Europeans, Caucasians, they work back as place like say Achimota School and any other public school when chimi guwa eguswa. I don't know. Mobaka se muri obi se wen hu obi wa Achimota School yo broni. Ni twin since no handi menim. No so e mo be enden.
Mami, me so me hu pictures na eyade anokware ni metan. Se saade medical school ho de na wo hwa abrofo differently eno discrimination. Now, a bear make the says, you see, about 4 things have come up to the fore. The school will take corrective and remedial steps to stop that immediately. Obiara obe school no. Si team will be here. When meeting some of Mikika and they bring exchange students, there be. Would this see and bring will be unconscious. Would it be school no ma? Sin wouldn't try to send you be a will bring you, we Asian, who demo. There must be equal standards, especially when it comes to children. The state has a very equal interest in raising children, irrespective of where they come from. Kwame, said the Uko Ghana Army, Uko Police in India, there are certain standards there that override. Once you join that institution, you are deemed to have subordinated your personal interest in favor of the larger public interest. And you see, not a Kwame.
Yeah. Lawyer, o line tuko. Usu obiri kwa kropon no so obele. Yo.
With 200 kilometers per hour so mra ma ho kwan because we 200 kilometers per hour we pay unia kwan so. Society has set standards.
Talking about society brings me to my final question. Ebinum Saka said we should get with the program. Ewiase asesa society has changed. Niema bebre asesa wiase na yende sabe atete kwafo. Inti na chenchina aye obi ti je o shatare se ansa wa ba school ni se. Odwen ho den.
Ewiase asesa a ene obi tume sori ano ba ko se.
Lawyer, all line yem say how me. Wo se wiase asesa. Wo se wiase asesa. Yo.
Ewiase asesa ene obi tume sori ano po so me kura me se ogwan. No, me su ti so ogwan. E no nkyere se ade en se ye yin ye beto akyene ade no wan fan to fa kwa da e beto fo ewiase de esesa de bia na esesa ye fa ni yi wom se be mmiri bi wo ho na mofra wa America blacks ne abrofo en ku school ba ko ewiase se sign and they wo ku school ba ko enso problems go so it's always an evolution at your transformation. We have to take the progressive aspects of ewiase sesan ewiase sesan and it says mofra ku sukuya what share or shasi a wori twini won as adult leaders of the nation, you know, obi to me besku ya why na on your pay. Now Kwame Ochi bi besku no si mi fia connecting ma she raffia skirts na me de mi she uniform ma me bodama Kwame ni e fahin. In conclusion, the state has the right to intervene in the regulation and conduct of children, and I would respectfully suggest that the Ghana Education Service should direct the children to send that boy to Achimota School. Because they want to know anything, or school for Fran, Debbie, one direct one, studio and you won't Achimota School compliance with standards. Or Tsma, my friend, who a person where Rastafarian, no one. She said, do Papa Natural say yes, and I'm a friend independent mind. And I honor na abang, it would to me, and see national and say.
Interesting conversation. Me sure say common baby bio. Now on a very light note, Kofi Jaguar se men kanchiru suchi na besin ko walk.
I just made that.
Lawyer no pay that no why drink chen no akwanchire. Yeah, that's CP. Kwame Akuffo, private legal practitioner and Amotin Kan.
Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.